Being authentic is what the people are here for.
Exactly. We just have to be real, and when we're feeling off, we can just say we're feeling off.
And then stop recording. This is Live and Let Be
with Live and Be. Fresh week, let's go.
Oh, I liked that.
Fresh week,
let's go. Every single time we record, we change something.
we get the hang of one thing, and then we go, you know what?
Maybe it could be
Let's
better.
just chuck this in. So
let's just pull the whole mic out of the stand and shove it into the couch.
It is a lot more comfier, though, I have to admit. Well, welcome back, guys. I'm fresh off the plane.
Fresh off the tarmac.
Yeah.
Walked straight into the studio.
With some allergies. Could be pink eye, unsure.
Have you ever had pink eye?
No, never have.
I don't think I have either.
Is it from?
Yep.
Yeah. I just came back from Melbourne, so that was cold and vibey.
I feel like that literally is a great summary of Melbourne.
It was cool.
And you stayed at a new hotel?
It's so cool.
It's like that burgundy, terracotta-y vibe. It looks really cool.
Yeah.
Do you reckon you would say it's like a dark version of the Calla? I've seen like one photo. I'm like, yeah, so tell me if I'm wrong.
I know what you mean. It has that little feel to it, but it was very dark. Like, even in the rooms was very dark.
That's kind of annoying.
Yeah.
What about the mirrors? You know how they usually have, some hotels have that weird film over it, over their mirrors, and you're like, what are you doing in my swamp? Sorry.
The lighting, there was like a down light. We know how much we love fucking down lights. So when I was doing my makeup, I had to stand all the way back, and it was so far away from the mirror so I could see.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, if you go too close, it just is not it.
No.
And there was like that light, another light, and that was it. Like, it was so dark.
Yeah, that's tough.
So I feel like my eyes were adjusting to that, and then here, and then it's just...
Yeah, do you want some Panadol?
I'm okay.
Jack's actually got some heavy painkillers in the cupboard because he just had knee surgery.
Yeah, how's he going, by the way?
Well, there was two scenarios. He could have been off his leg for, I wouldn't want to say 2 months. And then the other scenario was you can walk out of surgery.
Wait, they gave him 2 months potentially.
It's a 5 month in total recovery, and every week you can increase the weight that you can put on your leg.
Wow.
But the surgeon called me straight after his procedure and was like, oh, we just had to do a trim of the meniscus, that's it, and he can walk tomorrow. And I'm like, wait a second, did you just say that? And he's like, yeah, but what he did was he really slimmed down the chances of that being the outcome. So both Jack and I were fully prepared for him to be off his knee for at least 2 weeks. Like, I'm going to say at least 2 weeks, because he would not be able to sit still.
No.
But yeah, he's like stripped the lawn back to nothing. He's like, I don't want you to have to do it. He's like taking all the bins out, trying to doing all the washing. Aww. He's like, we've got to get all of our meals sorted. And I'm like, I'm still a full functioning human. Like, I got us. He's like, no, I don't want to leave you with like more than normal responsibility. And I'm like, okay, gotta let him do it. But yeah, he walked out of there.
Oh my gosh.
How's this too?
Yeah, didn't he call you or something because you're going to pick him up, and he's just like, hey.
No. He calls me all these lovely nicknames.
Yeah.
I get a FaceTime from him. What's up, motherfucker? I went, pardon? First of all, I'm like eagerly waiting to see if he's feeling okay, and he's just sitting there like, what's up, motherfucker?
So what's up?
I was like, all right. Yeah, and I bought crutches with me and everything.
Aww.
And he's just walking out like, oh, I don't need them.
Yeah, he was like at the gym, not training, but the next day, right? Or 2 days after to train people.
Yeah. He's just a goer.
He's just a go-getter, that young Jack.
FJ, Farmer Jack.
Farmer Jack.
Love him. Talking about updates, I feel like let's just fill this bloody bad boy with updates. What is your experience with psychics?
Cue the holistic music.
Fuck, don't give me something else to do. Last time you were like wedding bells, and I had to go find royalty-free fucking bells. I went through like a list of 20 bells. Just
No, it's holistic music.
Yeah, we're not doing that, sorry.
Okay. I've had one psychic reading. Two.
Oh, how far apart?
A few years apart. So the last one I had was 2 years ago. She was amazing, although I come to think of it, some things haven't come to fruition, but I don't think the timeline is obviously accurate. But anyway, she was really good. I did it after my last relationship ended. I feel like you go through a little spiritual thing, and I needed to hear some good advice. Some humble,
Needed to know what was on the horizon.
reassurance. But you had one last week. Was that your first one?
Well, I've had a psychic reading before, but it wasn't live. It was just a voice recording sent to me.
Right.
How much energy can you get from someone's photo?
Yeah, I don't believe. Do you believe in it, first of all?
I definitely believe that there's something bigger and greater. There's got to be. The world is huge.
Do you believe in aliens?
I know you do.
What do you mean you know? We haven't had this chat. Why? Just because do I look like someone that believes
You look like an alien.
I do believe in them, though.
Yeah, I knew it.
I love listening to Joe Rogan and a few other podcasts where they really go deep on all these conspiracies. And I'm really into Egyptians and how they built the pyramids, because how the fuck did they build a pyramid if they way back then they have no equipment or
scaffolding?
And it's even on every single side.
Yeah, it's
like to get
unreal.
those dimensions, there would have to be some sort of alien force or something to do that, because no one could lift those big rocks and put them all into the same.
I've never thought about that.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they're huge, and they've lasted for years and years and years and years and years, and they will never fall down. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, and we fucking build houses now and they fall down. Super interesting.
I think this is too deep for my brain today.
That's okay.
That's actually mind-boggling.
I believe definitely there's higher powers, and I love hearing all like spiritual voodoo. So I'm dying to hear how your reading went because I need to know.
Well,
was it over Zoom? Was it in person?
It was a FaceTime.
See, what's your thoughts on that? I feel like it has to be vibes on vibes. Was she here? Like, was she?
Australia?
Yeah.
She's in the room right now.
Was there an option to go to her in person and you chose not to?
No.
Okay.
It was just a FaceTime. And I knew that it was like that. It's really easy to book it. And I just thought, something to add to next week's agenda. I do have a contact for another one that's in person, and all of her readings have apparently been like spooky on point.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. So
have to do that.
Yeah. This one was kind of just why not? And she was reasonably priced too.
Yeah.
Her first questions were, why are you getting this reading? And I said,
why not?
I'm like, you tell me.
Yeah, you should know this.
In every aspect of my life right now, I feel like everything has kind of found its place. Like I'm very content in a lot of areas of my life. And I know looking forward that there's a lot to come. I'm not feeling impatient about it, more so just curious. And I thought this is, a good time where things are just sort of vague and happy and whatever to, I don't know, ask the question, see what she feels and shit.
But I guess they always ask that because some people specifically go to like get in contact with a loved one or something like that. So
get
I guess
clarity on a challenge that they're going through.
Yeah.
In the type of relationship that I am in now, it's opened up way more capacity in other areas of my life. So I do feel really grateful for that security in my life now. So I did say to her, I have no doubts that moving forward, this is where Jack and I are headed. So I think she kind of stuck onto that and then ran with the whole what's next in life now that you're in a relationship. So she affirmed me of your aura is reading that you are really settled and content. She said the questions that have stopped you in the past and are no longer there. Things that were holding you back in the past aren't holding you back anymore. She said, what was happening like 3 years ago? And 3 years ago was the ending of my last relationship and also the beginning of one of the hardest
years.
Hardest years of my life.
Yeah, wow.
She's like, I'm feeling like a loss of identity. She goes, oh, almost depression.
Really?
Yeah. And so I like took a second to like go
Sorry,
back.
was she doing cards? Was she drawing cards?
I started talking.
Yeah.
She was just writing stuff down.
Okay. It's crazy that I guess in that moment where you were going through the hardest shit, in that moment, did you think it was some sort of depression in that moment?
Oh, yeah.
You knew?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A good way for me to compare what I was feeling then and how I feel now is how much less inclined I am to ride my motorbike. Now I think, I might actually prefer to go for a walk on the beach, or maybe I'll go,
Go do Pilates.
Yeah, I'm just less inclined to do it. Whereas then it obviously filled a void.
Yeah, for sure.
It was a one focus sort of activity. I also didn't have to worry about my hair and makeup and showing face into the world when that seemed really hard.
Yeah.
I literally could just gear up, be on the bike, no head noise, focus on the road. That's it.
I knew you were having some sort of fucking quarter life crisis.
Yeah, it was hard out. I don't want to be insensitive to people who are going through depression currently.
I know.
I'm very grateful to be on the other side of that whole period of my life.
100%.
Exactly. Wow, you've asked the hard questions. You've pulled apart from this reading. There's all this good stuff to come, and you've gone, so do you think you were depressed? Wait, hold up. Were you depressed?
So she picked up on the 3 years. From there, what was she sort of, obviously she could tell you out on the other side and stuff, but what did she pick up from that, or what was her point on bringing that up?
I think it was to emphasize that my energy was giving off the way that I was saying I was feeling.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Then she said, how long until you're 31? And that's 2 and a bit years, because I'll be 29 at the end of this year.
Yeah.
She said, you're either having a kid or you're pregnant.
Around 31.
Yeah. Which is a perfect timeline if I think about it. She said, I hope you want kids because there's 2 really strongly showing up. And then she even she even continued to elaborate and say that the first is a boy.
Really?
And the second's a girl.
Oh.
I know. And it's so nice to, imagine that, especially like hearing that. But obviously grain of salt, you just never know. And also I've heard that people have like gender disappointment. I don't want to get caught up thinking I'm going to have one or the other. I would love either.
Yeah.
Be so lucky to even have a baby.
Exactly.
She said she sees land and a fireplace, and Jack and I being really content in a new space, sort of like that. Mm-hmm. And I thought, well, it makes sense. But now that we've gone through all the things that she said, think about what I post on my social media. And if she typed my name in, she could actually come to these conclusions on her own.
It's so easy. Boy and girl, you can't really go wrong with saying that.
Yeah. And
that's a safe thing.
Yeah. And then if she saw the chickens, she could be like, oh, or even the post about the Reno inspo photos with the fireplace, she could say land, because she knows that that's something that we might like. So
that's why I believe in person, I don't know, you just can pick up the vibes a lot differently, and you watch like your live time watching it happen. And
I'm not going to say my full name next time.
Did you say the full name?
Text her. I'm like, hi, Olivia Mathers here. Oh, idiot.
Yeah. I mean, I got a really good one. I actually really want her to do us a live reading.
That would be cool.
How cool would that be? Because she doesn't actually do it as to take money and full time. It's like just something she obviously is born with a gift, and like her mentality around it is, I'm not going to charge people for a gift that I have, and if I can help people or like just do it, and she enjoys doing it, she's like, why wouldn't I? And she only does it for people who obviously know her, and it's like a personal thing. And
seems very legit.
Yeah. And we did it for like 2 hours. Like,
just you and her?
It was me. No, she did a few of us. So it was me, one of my best friends, Serena, and my mum. Mm-hmm. But we're all together. So it was like a cool little like fun night. And you can just tell she gets so passionate about it. And you can tell when all the angels are sort of coming through to her, she gets like like really hyped up and like then she's exhausted by the end because it's just so much energy going through her, which is so crazy. So I feel like in person you can just feel it all. And she said I think she'd be keen to come on the pod.
Oh.
Get ready. How long have we been talking for?
Oh my gosh. This is never usually a drag.
45 minutes.
We usually have to shut ourselves up.
I actually don't know what we're going to do with this.
It's fine. There's something in here that's funny. Just.
Maybe ask about my date or something.
How'd you get that pink eye? Going on any dates?
Been on any dates recently?
Yeah.
Been near anyone's house? We're just delusional.
Scaled any buildings or watch someone do such? No, but for real.
That's funny.
So I know you went out for a few din-dins. Delishimoso din-dins. That's what you have to do in a vibey cold place.
Vibey cold place, you gotta go for a warm, snuggle dinner.
Comfort dinner.
With some company, male energy perhaps.
Oh. There it is.
Whoop, there it is.
All right, what would you rate the pickup scenario? Tell us what you did. Tell us how you both arrived to the location.
Wait, who's this other person?
You just said you and the other person.
Mm.
You just said that you went on a date. Did you or not?
Yes. I would rate the pickup. What do you mean?
When you go on a date,
Mm.
there is a certain etiquette that a man may present when wanting to take a girl out for dinner.
Mm.
I.e., pick you up in an Uber. Can I pick you up? Can I get an Uber for you to my house and then we drive together? Let's meet at the venue. There's all these options.
Yeah.
What was this man's etiquette and were we happy with it?
Yeah, I think he handled it really well. He picked me up, had a place in mind.
So you didn't know where you're going?
No. He asked what sort of cuisine I like.
Smart move.
What do you think I said?
Japanese.
Yes. Correct. So he gave me sort of 3 options to look at and see which one I thought was
When did he give you the options?
in the car.
On the way. Interesting. I could not. I'd be like, why would you ask me of this?
Yeah. He's like, see which one you're vibing and then we'll go there. So there was one that had a cool little vibe and yeah, we just walked in. Got a nice little table upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
Cozy vibe. Not as good as Etsu, which is on the Gold Coast, but
Disappointing, but you can't have it all.
yeah. It felt like a rom-com. Like it felt like I was living in a rom-com. Things were just like not going right or
But like the energy was still lighthearted.
yeah, the energy was still really fun and like we were just laughing about stuff. But like everything that you would see in a movie where people are not meant to sort of be together was happening.
That's so fun. In a
It was
different
really
city.
fun because we were like, oh, let's go to this bar. We go, it's shut. Let's go. Everywhere was shut after like that we're trying to go to. Gets locked out of his place. It's nice that we just could have a laugh and whatever. And yeah, all in all, it was a great time.
Great experience.
Yeah.
I feel like when you are dating, the best mentality to have about it is not to too much be sizing it up, more just be present and enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
Like, why do dates have to be so serious and high pressure? Like, what's my first impression going to be like? Are they like,
God.
you don't have to convince someone that you're their future wife on the first date, and you don't have to decide if that person's your future husband. Like, just have fun.
Just go with it. And I think I sort of like when those situations happen or if something doesn't go to plan, because then you see how they handle it. Like I find that super interesting to see if they can have a laugh or if they're so serious and like that fucks their night. Like see how they handle it, because in life that's going to happen. So it's like, how do they handle it? Can they have a laugh and be like, fuck, let's go here, have another option? Or
do you know what it is? It's problem solving. That is huge.
Which is so attractive to me.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You love that shit too.
Love it.
Like,
nothing.
fix it.
Yeah, nothing can go wrong if you are actively trying to problem solve.
Yeah.
But then you have those people who are like so neg and pessimistic that go, oh, now the whole day's ruined.
Yeah.
And then they just sit in a slump and that's it.
Yeah.
But then you can be faced with someone else who's like, all right, this is a bit of an obstacle.
Yeah.
Fuck, have a laugh.
Yeah.
On to the next.
Yeah. People just get in their heads a bit. And I think, see, back to control.
This is a luxury of the regular listeners to understand the little inside jokes because they're definitely accumulating. But yeah, you're right. Letting go of control really makes for a better life.
It does.
And being patient too, not thinking everything has to be in a rush or consistently, be moving throughout the night. Like if you are on a date and there's a bit of a quiet spot or a slow moment where there's not really a direction or agenda or even a conversation topic, like to not see that as something's wrong, something has to change, quick, what else do we do? Like just fucking be there. Yeah. Just chill out.
Yeah. For me being single, it's going on 2 years now being single.
Is that the longest time?
2-3 years, probably the longest.
Quick math.
But going on to 2 years, I feel like I'm dating, I guess, intentionally, but also there'll be times where I'm like, fuck it, like what's, may as well just go. I feel I walk into every dating interaction now with no expectations, go with the flow. If I'm not vibing, I'll say I'm not vibing.
She literally did that. No. Guys, she literally did that to a man's face. But well within reason.
Oh, come on.
Well within reason. But the balls on her. When she told me, I was like, I could never. I would get home and then I would
send a message.
No, you know what? I'd probably think of all the reasons why I didn't have to say it and like justify. I would be like, oh, maybe that wasn't that bad. But B was just like, yeah, look, thanks. But
I don't want to wait. My go-to line, which is they can't ever get angry about it. Because you're doing them a favor. I go, I don't want to waste your time. Your time is valuable. My time is valuable.
Nice.
Don't want to waste your time. I don't want to waste my time.
I got a flash.
Let's just take this for what it was and set each other free.
Ouch.
I set you free now.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Be gone. Be gone. Be free, my little bird. And then as it takes off, you shoot it down. I'm feeling very dark today.
Oh my gosh.
I've said so many dark things.
I did just get my period today.
Oh, that's not bad.
I think.
Wait, you think you got it right now on the chair? On the white lounge chairs, you reckon you got it?
No, I got it this morning.
I'm glad that you had a lovely time and did all of the things that you do when you have a little domestic trip.
Domestic.
Well, yeah, it's just within the country.
Yeah.
Little zip over.
It's always fun.
There's some good stuff. It's going to be a little bit chaotic, but it'll be fine.
What I've noticed is we go really good and then the next one we don't know what to say. And then it's like we come in with all guns blazing and then the next one we're like, fuck.
My mind is in all different places.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So many different places. You know what? This is probably one of the busiest work weeks that I've had in a while.
Really? Shit.
I'm trying to cram in, I would say, 2 months of work into 1 week. You know when people say, I've got burnout or whatever? You know how people say that? I was sitting editing last week's episode and I was thinking, I actually feel my brain losing the ability to do what I need to do. Like my heart and soul is so happy and I'm so excited to complete all these things, but I'm
connecting.
Yeah. And I had a good sleep last night, but it's just you just got so much on your mind. Well,
We were going to be covering social media chat, but that just didn't go to plan. So that's going to have to be put on the back burner until next week.
Don't set us up to do it next week. What if we
until
I think that's what we did. Last week thought that this week us would want to talk about that, but we don't.
How do we outro it? Please follow us. I don't know, dude.
No,
it's not it. It's not it.
Do you know what, guys? You know what I just realized? If you're around us for our lows and our bad episodes, our good ones are going to be even more appreciated.
Yes.
And you are going to really get to understand B and I as a whole by understanding how low and high we can go.
Maybe this is strategic from us.
Maybe we've done this on purpose. Now we're manipulating.
Yeah. So we don't want to set the bar too high.
Yeah, because then how the hell are we meant to upkeep it?
Maintain that. Yeah, see? Beauty in the madness.
This is a thorn between roses. It's time to go.
It's time to go, yeah.